Welcome back to consecutive day 1211 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's episode, I want to talk to you about planning week in each quarter. So remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can get involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Let's get started. So, consecutive day 1211 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic I want to talk about is planning week in each quarter. So the reason for the topic today is that tomorrow I'm meeting my business partner Jack Wicks from Social Housing Group, and it's a really big meeting tomorrow because we operate in quarters as a business. A lot of businesses do, and we also operate within each week, within each quarter. So each quarter, generally speaking, is made up of 13 weeks throughout the year. So obviously 13 times 2 is 26, 26 times 2 is 52, which is how many weeks you have in a year. So each quarter, when we break it down into 13 weeks, we operate in 12 weekly kind of sections that we kind of report and monitor performance on. And the 13th week of each quarter is planning week. It's preparing for the transition between each quarter. And Monday is the Monday of week 13 of quarter 3, as we get ready to kick off quarter 4, which commences first week of October. So it's a really, really important point in the process, because the idea is that we live in a world of distractions, and this process can apply to personal life, but it's generally more geared to running a business. And the issue that often you come across in business is you get your head turned in so many different ways because of so many opportunities, distractions, relationships, all types of things can kind of turn your head and take you away from your ultimate goal. So generally speaking, when you're doing the 12-week year model, you're looking at what you want to achieve by the end of the year, okay? And if you're struggling to work out what you want to achieve by the end of the year, you go further ahead, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, and you reverse engineer it back. So if what you want to be in 10 years, you break it down, obviously taking into account kind of exponential growth as you make progress. So you work back to what it would look like after 5, and then what it would look like after 1 year to be on track with what your targets are set. And then when you've got where you want to be within a year, you break it down into quarterly chunks. What do you need to have achieved by the end of this quarter to be on track with your year-end goal? Now, we're in a situation at the moment where, let's go past someone, thank you. We're in a situation at the moment where the 12-week year model has kind of been half implemented for this year, so not fully in play, which it certainly will be from 2024. But what we will be doing is evaluating what we've achieved this last quarter, what we've achieved in terms of where we wanted to be at the end of this year. Are we on track? And then we'll be adjusting the projects that we undertake for the remaining quarter, and then we'll be breaking those projects down into kind of weekly chunks and what we need to achieve each week, and then dividing those weekly tasks among the team. And then each week we'll be looking at our completion scores per project and per team member to see if we're on track to achieve our goals or not. And that's generally the process. However, where the planning weeks become so useful is it's the opportunity to dump all of your ideas, all your opportunities, everything in one place, because we'll evaluate them and decide, you know what, we're going to parking lot that opportunity or that project, but we're going to implement this one. And what it allows you to do is prioritize but store all of the opportunities and projects in your parking lot section, which you will review at the next planning meeting. So as you knock off each project, the idea is that you'll have a parking lot full of opportunities, projects, things that you'd love to kind of implement but haven't got the capacity to do so today or this quarter, but you'll revisit it next quarter. It might be that we have a lower workload next quarter, so now's the time to implement stuff that we've identified this year but put off until next. So it keeps you on point, it captures what needs to be captured, because if you're like me and you have a business partner who's incredible at building relationships, incredible at business development, incredible at building followings, then this is brilliant, because I get bombarded by him almost daily with new opportunities, new relationships, new things. I have to try and keep him in the right direction. And this is a way that everything he throws at me, I can create a process for him to add things to the parking lot, and then we review it at each planning meeting. So a real simple process, we just have a form. So whenever he has an idea, relationship he wants to revisit or wants to send to me, he fills in the form. It gets stored into a section in our operating system, and which is our projects parking lots. And we then revisit them at each quarter and bring what's relevant to the table for implementation for the next quarter. So my meeting's tomorrow, so I will update you tomorrow exactly how it goes. But it's a really cool week because it gives you an opportunity to assess, analyse, evaluate how you've done so far and what you need to do to stay on track with your goals, longer term goals for the next quarter or the next 12-week stint. So yeah, my learnings from the diary today are basically, you've only got capacity for so much in this world, and whether that's in business, whether that's in your personal life, or whatever. Now, if you have a structured model for setting goals and progressing your progress, or for achieving those goals, like the 12-week year process, which is a format by Brian Moran, it's a book you can read. It's revolutionised my goal setting and achievement of goals, bar none. It's been unbelievable in my life. And then where it becomes supercharged is when you can set it up in business, where it then impacts your colleagues, and you're leveraging people, you're leveraging systems, and it can take you to the absolute next level. So you've only got capacity for so much in life. If you don't have a process for storing kind of opportunities and processes and projects and relationships that you don't have capacity to now, you'll forget about them in the future. So you need to store them, and you need to have a process for agreeing on what you're going to implement for each quarter of the year, broken down into weekly chunks. And if you can do that, you look at your productivity levels and progress in what you're trying to achieve in life. It will go exponentially spring forward, which is amazing. So I hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. As the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.